I think Papa is Henry's father. Hear me out. Before you click away, let's look at the evidence. In the story that is told to us by Victor and Henry Creel, there are some significant differences between Victor's version of events and Henry's version of events. But one major difference is what leads me to believe that there was maybe something else going on between Dr. Brenner and Mrs. Creel. And that is namely, Victor does not mention a doctor at all. Victor doesn't seem to think that there's anything that can be explained biologically, and he doesn't suspect his kids or his wife or any of them of anything. Victor is 100% convinced that there is a demon in this house tormenting him and his family.
Victor Creel claims vengeful demon killed family. The murder that shocked a small community.
But Henry, when he's telling the story, he mentions that he was aware that the mom was aware.
But my mother somehow knew it was I.
And that she was going to have a doctor come to visit.
She called a doctor, an expert. She wanted him to lock me away, to fix me.
And we know that the doctor that she was going to have visit was Dr. Brenner.
I woke up from my coma only to find myself placed in the care of a doctor, the very doctor I had hoped to escape. Dr. Martin Brenner. Papa.
Why wouldn't she tell her husband, Victor, about the fact that she was worried for their son and going to have a doctor come take a look at him? Victor mentions no mention of a doctor, no mention of anything. So he had no suspicions, no nothing. He was checked out. Yet we know that the mother was thinking about bringing in a doctor, and that a doctor was in fact called, and that doctor was in fact Dr. Brenner.
But the truth is he did not just want to study me.
So let's look at the facts then about the couple, Mr. and Mrs. Creel. We know that Victor Creel, Mr. Creel, was a soldier, had been a soldier, living, overseas, separated from his family. We know that when they moved into the Creel house, the two of them talked about how it would be a good, fresh start.
Enough to buy a new home, a new life.
This is nice.
Yeah.
It was a magnificent home.
It would be a good, fresh start for them.
Thought a change of scenery, a fresh start in Hawkins.
What would they need a fresh start from? Was there something else going on?
I saw my parents as they truly were.
So let's imagine you're Mrs. Creel, and your husband is off away at war. You might get a little lonely. I can't be the only one that thought this. I can't be the only one that thought maybe there's something else going on between Mrs. Creel and Papa, or between Papa and Elle's mom. I mean, he has all of the kids call him Papa. Henry, vecna, continually refers to Papa as Papa. Yet, when he brings up his own dad, he talks about Victor.
How was old, blind, dumb Victor? Did he miss me?
So he's not talking about his dad. He's not referring to his dad. He doesn't say, how's Victor? How's my old man? How's any of that? Just how's Victor? And yet, when he is still in vecna form, he still refers to Papa as Papa. He doesn't refer to Papa as Brenner or whatever.
Papa did hurt me.
One step more. We know that Henry started tormenting his parents because he found them to be liars.
To the world, they presented themselves as good, normal people, but like everything else in this world, it was all a lie.
He found Victor's lie about him he said that they pretended to be good, honest people, but they weren't. And we know that Victor, Henry's dad, had a guilty conscience over bombing a house that had civilians and children inside it. That is haunting him, and Henry proceeds to torture him with that memory. But what does the mom have to feel guilty about? What is it about her that he says is not good and honest? Is it that she had an affair with this Dr. Brenner while her soldier husband was away at war and she was lonely? And that not only did she have an affair, but she had kids with this doctor man, and that's why then later when the kid or kids, because I do believe that they're twins, started acting up, that she, rather than tell her husband, I think it might be our son, she goes and tells the son's father, his papa, if you will, that there's something wrong with him and you need to come check him out. And that, if I was Henry, would be enough to make me quite mad at the mom. Rather, let's say that would be motivation enough for any killer in any story for why would they kill their mom? Well, they found out their mom was cheating and having an affair, blah, blah, blah. That's usually grounds for good motivation for brutal murder. And it is the mom whom he kills first. And he kills her quick. He could have easily just pulled an 8 and just made them see things and then run away. But he doesn't do that. He kills the mom, and he does that so that way he can avoid Papa. And then we go to Papa himself. Papa has a great, strong attachment to Henry, to one.
And Henry.
To the point of where he still cares for Henry, for one, even when he's talking to 11 and they're confronting each other about it, he still wants to help Henry. He still wants to help one. He still wants to be reunited with Henry/one.
I loved you. I loved all of you.
Even Henry.
Yes. I was trying to help Henry, to understand him. Yes. Yes. I cared for him.
Even after what he did.
Yes.
And if it was his son, that would make a lot of sense. And then here's the big question. Who is Elle's father? Because we know who Elle's mother is, and we know that her mother was involved in the experiments while she was pregnant, and she ended up having a baby with superpowers. I have 2 theories. Either Papa or Henry are Elle's dad. I know, weird and gross and everything, but it would also explain why Henry, when he's talking to 11 when he's trying to get her over to his side, and he talks about how, to 11, he says that, and then you were born, and I am so glad that you were.
You were born. And I am so glad you were 11. So very glad.
So it's either A, she is Papa's daughter, and he is Papa's son, and so she is now his sister, and he's so glad to have her because he killed his other sister, and now he's happy to have another sister. Or B, is she his daughter, and Henry/one/Vecna is happy to have a daughter of his own? Who knows? We might also... Elle's dad might be door number 3. Might just be some random man whom we'll never see or anything like that. We don't know. The other storyline that was put into the show is Karen and Billy. Karen and Billy have this almost affair thing happen. And what happens when Vecna Henry 1 is possessing Billy and Karen comes in to talk to Billy? Vecna envisions slamming her head against a wall and killing her. Not flaying her. The lifeguard comes in to talk to him, and Vecna tells Billy to take the lifeguard to him so that way she can be flayed and join them.
Take me to him.
But when he sees Karen Wheeler, a mother, who'd been thinking about having an affair and looks a little bit like Billy's mom, and they both look a little bit like Henry's mom. Henry's reaction, Vecna's gut reaction, is kill her. Same that he had with his own mom. We don't know what the mom did. My guess is that Henry's mother had an affair with Dr. Brenner, got pregnant, and that's why her and her husband needed to reconnect, have a fresh start, move to a new place. And that's why when things started to go weird with her son, she reached out to Dr. Brenner, lover, the father of her children. And then that is why Henry, when he found out the parents' secrets and found out that they weren't honest, good people, he killed the mom first. And why, despite everything, he still refers to Papa as Papa. And I think that that could explain a couple of things. This could all be totally not true, but it's a fun little head theory I like to think of at the moment while we're waiting for the final 5th season to come. Let me know below. What do you think? Do you think Victor is Henry's dad? Do you think Papa is Henry's dad? Comment below, let me know what you think, and let me know any Stranger Things theories that you have about Papa, Henry, and their connection, and what deeper meaning we might get in the final season. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and want to see more. I do have more theory videos, not just for Stranger Things, but for other shows as well. So be sure to subscribe so that way you can see them. Thank you for staying, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.